how does somebody reach a senior position at CIA? There's only two ways, right? How does anybody in government reach a senior position? There's only two ways. You either spend enough time in government that you promote to that level, or you're appointed. And who appoints you?
President.
So if somebody at the senior level of CIA is there, it's because they've either learned how to play the game so well that they've promoted their way to the top, or they were literally appointed by the executive who they work for. So why the f would anyone think there's a rogue element at the top of the CIA? So there's no rogue element, because if you worked your ass up there, acting in a rogue way is going to get you kicked out and fired because nobody wants to work with you, because it's a organization that does not promote the elite. It's an organization that promotes the loyal. Right.
Just like any government agency.
So if anything, the higher you get, the less incentive you have to ever do anything other than the status quo.
So it sounds like you don't really believe in the deep state.
The deep state doesn't exist. The way that people talk about it, if anybody were to just do the mental exercise of how would you build a deep state, you'll find two things. An organized deep state is too complicated and it goes against human nature. Does that mean there isn't some secret organization of people who are collaborating? No, it just means that they're not organized, right? Who is making 90% of the decisions for the United States? Your senior company CEOs, like your wealthiest Americans. But that's not a deep state. That's not a group of people who are organizing together to intentionally direct foreign policy and domestic policy. That's just a bunch of rich people who are working in their own rich people best interest, which is exactly what the forefathers intended for the United States. This idea that we were somehow built to be like a democratic test bed, like we were supposed to be some free country, that's not what the United States was born to do. The United States was born to be a land-earning, economically independent free zone away from the UK, away from Britain, away from England at the time. That's what we were born to do.
And we were supposed to be a non-interventionist country.
That's foreign policy. That wasn't that forefathers. The forefathers most likely did not intend for us to be non-interventionists, because guess how we won the Revolutionary War? With intervention.